Joe Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at the Cobra Ferret Scout and Cobra Ferret ATV. I feel like it's been a long time. Sorry, I've got a new dehumidifier and I keep forgetting to turn it off. I feel like it's been a long time since I've done the Yo Joe intro because it has, as much as we were inundated with Joe stuff for months, it has been a bit of a dry spell, but now the ferret is here, and let's go. On the packaging, we've got sort of a typical jungle pyramid in the background. Ferret right up front and center. I'm very excited to get this one opened up, see how much assembly is required, hopefully at least a little bit, and do a little comparison to the original ferret, just for fun. Back of the box, we've got what's included inside, a couple of the features with just, hey, look at these things. Oh, and it's worth noting, this looks really cool. I do, the window is great. I prefer the window, I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's get this thing opened up and inside and take a look. I don't know if anything else will pop into this shot here or not. I've got a lot of stuff still sitting on the workbench. Matter of fact, the reviews that are coming later this week, we got a Lemmy. And we've got a Zarface, pardon me. Very difficult for me to say for some reason. Yeah, I didn't realize I was going to be reviewing this today. I didn't think it would make it here before. Oh, we've got more tape. I did not think that this would make it here before we left for Joe Fest, but it showed up right in the middle of the day. So as soon as I finished work and before I started packing, I decided I would do this review so it could go up next week. Let's see here. Got some instructions inside. Nice to see. Looks like a little bit of oh yeah, look, decent little bit of assembly. Unless these instructions are wrong, like the Vamp instructions were, and some of this stuff is already put on. Which, I mean, that happens. That happens in toy lines regularly. Maybe not frequently, but regularly. All right. I'm really enjoying the small vehicles in the classified line. They've been a lot of fun so far. And if we can keep, like, oh, look at this. That's interesting. We still get the weapons locker in this one. If we can keep our price points of smaller vehicles being like under 60-ish, medium vehicles being under 100 for at least a little while, I'll be very happy with that. All right, let's see what we've got to cut through to get this thing out of here. These wheels look really cool. They're different from the original, but they look cool. Everything about this ferret initially seems a little sleeker than the original. Look at that suspension. That's cool. I didn't know it was going to have that. I don't, as I've mentioned many times before. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's really funny. We'll take a look at those in a minute. As I've mentioned many times before on the channel, I don't look too closely at anything. Like, if I know I want to buy it, there is no small detail that you see in the online listing that's going to deter me from buying something. So I want to discuss, gosh, way too many plastic ties. Maybe that is one detail that would have deterred me. If they had had a picture of all these plastic ties, I would have been like, forget it. I don't even want this thing. I'm kidding, obviously. But I just don't look at things too closely because I want to discover these things as I open the product. I also don't watch Hasbro's unboxing videos. So the Dragonfly and the Stinger unboxing videos that went up recently, as much as I enjoy watching Lenny and Tony and the team open these things up, I don't want to spoil it for myself. Like, I want my own unboxing. So there's a nice Cobra logo in the back of the box. I wish that, oh, this is all tape, okay, to reinforce where they poked holes through. I wish they would use a little more matte, because even here you can see that's a little too much gloss. I'd like to be able to use this sort of thing for my thumbnails, but it's always too glossy. Cardboard's always too glossy. All right, let's get rid of all these plastic tabs. And there, as I suspected, there are some of the things that we were supposedly going to have to assemble are already assembled. Uh-oh. Am I missing something? Is not here. Let me grab that piece I just tossed away so casually. No way. Huh. Oh, wait, it's in here, probably. Oh, sorry, Lemmy. Let me stand him back up. Or at least I hope it's in here. Am I still saving these? Not really. I've got so many of them at this point for storage. All right. There we go. There are the missing pieces. All right. Nice. So this blue looks great. I'm going to wait to compare it until this is assembled. But it's looking pretty good. Man, all the sculpted detail and everything looks good. This is an extremely wide seat, I feel. I mean, it's fine. I'm sure it's going to interact with the figure just fine. It just seems very wide. All right, here is our... Oh, I just love the suspension. That our front grill. I would prefer they just leave the tow cable off if it's not going to be functional. Just make it this front grill piece, right? Like, I don't need fake stuff unclassified. Just seems kind of weird. Like at this scale, it would be fine if it was 3 3/4 inch, but I don't know, at this scale, like a little fake piece like this just seems odd. It's kind of like when they have the fake projectile accessories. I'm trying to, so I've talked in the past about how I will not use the G word here because of YouTube rules, and how I wasn't even honestly sure if that was a thing. And sure enough, I did finally look into it, and it is a thing. You're not supposed to talk about the G word, real or fake. So even blasters, which I just said, is somewhat suspect as a term to use on YouTube. Wow, those stick out really far. Maybe once we put the wheels on, they won't look as like they're sticking out as far. Okay, so that goes. So you want to put it with this business facing up, of course. Because if there's detail, you want it facing up, not facing down. That doesn't go in very easily, which I guess is good because it means it's not going to come out very easily either, which of course was my complaint with the Trouble Bubble, is that the missile mounts were just way too easy. Man, look at how far it looks like those stick out. But again, I bet once we put the wheels on, it's going to be fine. So I'm going to take this and put it against a firm surface to push those in, because I can't get them all the way in by hand. And actually my firm surface, all right, I'm going to give it a little tap here. Don't be alarmed. A little tap. A few little taps. Wow, that's really, you can see, that's really not wanting to go in. Or maybe that's as far as it goes in. That might be as far as it goes in. Huh. Interesting. All right, so we're going to leave that alone for now. Let's put these wheels on. Oh, the wheels are a little... Man, that's so great. The suspension's awesome. All right, well, yeah, and I guess... No, I was right. Because the wheels are on, and while the wheels don't stick out quite as far as I thought they might, these have to stick out past the wheels, right? Or you're going to have a problem. So that makes sense. And then these weird two-headed missiles, which, you know, fine, that's what the original were. It is kind of funny that these are close to the same size as the original ones. And then this is interesting because it just clips on rather than being a more permanent seeming part of the vehicle. So it just kind of clips. I mean, I guess you can put it on either side. I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of this is. So it shows it going on right there, so we'll put it on right there. And we've got a nice, actually I'm going to push that all the way out to the side, but I do like that it's got some aim to it. Pretty neat. And you'll notice ports, and this is what I was looking at before, ports. So let's get some blast effects here and see, just for fun, see what we can get going on. Get these giant ones out of the way. Well, yeah, why not, right? So there's one. Oh no, wait, those have to go in the back, which makes no sense because I don't think this would have a jet exhaust. But why? Again, why not? Why not get a little ridiculous here? Let's see, where are some of the smaller ones? Look at these little mushroom ones here for the little... Oh, so these don't fit. The pegs aren't long enough. Sorry. I don't know why I felt the bowl needed to be the center focus of my ferret review. Let's zoom in here. So you see the way these are designed, the holes are recessed behind those interesting little sculpted pieces there. So the pegs on these little guys are not long enough to hold them in there. It works on that one because it's longer, but that's too small for that. I don't like that. Let's see what else we got. I don't know that any of these blast effects are going to go in those front ones very well. Here are the little bitty ones, but maybe they don't really want to fit, but they sort of do. So you can get that going on. And let's see if we can find one slightly larger one. There we go. To go in here. You've got blast effects all over the place. Really, really excessive, but I love it. That's great. All right, let's put all our blast effects away now. These little tiny ones out of here before they just fall out. Okay, so that's everything there. Oh, look, I didn't even look at this. So the treads are supposed to face forward, so I've put this one on wrong. And what do you want to bet it's not going to come back off? Oh, man, that stinks. Oh, wait, but I wonder if the tire can pop off. Aha! So, if, like me, you did not pay attention to the directions, you can pop the tires off and fix your boneheaded error. Look at that. Whew. Thank goodness. Let that be a lesson to everyone. That's going to take some effort to get back on. Well, maybe not. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't want to do it here on the video. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of fake those out for right now. But let that be a lesson to everyone. Read the instructions, dum-dums. But I'm glad I could be an example. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm glad I could be an example for everybody out there. Because I'm sure, whether it is admitted or not, I will save someone from making that mistake. So there we go. Now all of my tires are facing the correct way. Suspension is so fun, and it's each wheel is independently suspended, so you get a lot of great movement with that. Okay, so a little side-by-side comparison with the original, or I guess front-to-back comparison, maybe. So this is my old beater ferret that I got really cheap. It's basically a placeholder. Well, I've got two beater ferrets because they were very inexpensive. So they're both kind of placeholders until I find one. I just need one in a little better shape. This one's missing the hose and is discolored, but you know, not bad for, I think it might have been $15, somewhere around there. Well, I think I got both of them for 30. One might have been 20, one might have been 10. I don't know. Anyway, I was just like, well, I need a couple of ferrets. So you can see the red's a little bit darker. The blue, now granted, the blue on this one is not only inconsistent, but who knows what the original color of blue was. I certainly don't. I feel like it was this, but you can see it's darker up here. It's not the best sample, but the blue looks really good. I think they've done a nice job with a good Cobra blue here. I like the detailing. If you look on the tires, Cobra ATV, PNR 23. I remember seeing something about a misspelling. Oh, wouldn't it have been nice? So this isn't removable. That's a little disappointing because this, you know, on the original, was a little removable storage spot. So that's, I gotta say, that's a little disappointing that they didn't do that here. Anyway, I remember seeing somebody point out that something was misspelled. Missile launch. Oh no. There it is, missile launch information. That's a shame. Before operating this vehicle's advanced weapons system, be sure to pledge loyalty to Cobra. Refer to HUD display for launching instructions. That's a little silly, but I like it. So I don't know if I'm disappointed or not that the wheels don't turn like they do on the original. And no, mine is not all hooked up, so it doesn't. This, I actually can't remember. Tell me in the comments. I mean, I could look it up, but it's more fun when you guys let me know stuff. My memory was that this controlled this and these, but I'm looking at it now and I'm not sure, because there would have to be another piece coming down here, and it doesn't look like, I don't know, maybe something seated there. I'm not positive. But anyway, on the original, the wheels turned. And then on this one, they're fixed. Which, I don't know. I don't know if I'm disappointed or not. It's not a huge deal. This, I can't get over how wide this seat is. Okay, so there's our comparison. There's our ferret. Now let's see how the ferret interacts. We'll do another little look at it. I don't know if we've gotten a... I like the detail of the engine there. Cobra logo looks great. I really like that. I hope that's on the Stinger also. I can't remember if it is or not. Tail lights are cool. I like that middle brake light being added there. And they have kind of a glittery almost effect. So they look pretty neat. There's a look at the underneath. Not much detail going on there, which is fine by me. Caution exhaust. No step. The legendary no step. And then there is a closer look at the cannon. It traverses as well as pivots. And then has the removable, so it can be taken off and used as a separate. Can you say cannon? I just said cannon. I don't know if you can say that or not. And the same effect in here in the headlight. Well, so their headlights up here, and they have that same sort of glittery metallic look that makes them almost look like kind of lights. And then you've got like a headlamp up here. And then there's your HUD. And then there's from the HISS tank, the Cobra Mobile Forces logo or whatever it is, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, Ferret, pretty great. I'm very happy with it. And I've got to say for, what was it, 55? Very reasonable, I think. All right, now let's take a look at the Ferret Scout. So I'm pretty excited to have a different looking Cobra troop. It was one of the things I always liked about the Stinger driver was that they had the look of a Cobra troop, but were different. And that's what we've got going on here. Very specialized gear going on, kind of motocross, extreme racing rig look. And I don't know if I necessarily noticed the whites on this figure, just from the basically glance that I gave it before. But they look pretty cool. And the forearm guards and shin guards really work for this one, given the sort of X Games look and the nature of what their specialty is, which is driving the Ferret. Feels solid. Plastic feels really good. That piece is a loose little piece, but it's until you start messing with it, it stays in place pretty nicely, so that's okay. Oh, joints move really nicely. Nothing rubbery feeling here, so that's nice. A little different eye color there. I dig that. Man, all the joints are moving really freely, but the plastic feels good. Very happy with the execution here, with the quality of everything. Of course, I don't love the fact that the belt slips all over the place, but what are you going to do? So we've got some accessories here. One hand with a port, nice. So one hand projectile accessory. I don't know what to call them anymore. That will go into the holster there. And then same one again. We'll go into that thigh holster. And then just an all black knife. I love seeing silver on the blade. I don't mind the all black because that's a thing. Doesn't bother me. Especially for just a little boot knife like that. And then finally, we've got the helmet, which if it didn't have the fangs, it would look like a Mighty Ducks helmet or something. But paint looks really good on it. And again, I like that it's something different and specialized. And it does feel true to Cobra. Like, I could definitely see a helmet like this from the Real American Hero line. It doesn't seem out of line to me. All right, let's see how well she sits on this thing with this massively wide seat. How is this even going to work? She does seat a little better than I expected. So that's easy enough. You just have to kind of, okay, get. All right. That seems to be working pretty well. It does seem, honestly, a little large. Like the whole thing seems a little large to me. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. Because, I mean, comparing it to the Real American Hero version, that one is large compared to those 3 3/4 inch figures. So, no, it's not large. Is it large for an ATV? Maybe a tiny bit. But the figure can seat on it well. Looks good. And so I bought an Ollie's Dusty just so I would have a classified figure just to kind of sit here at the workbench to do stuff like this with. And to compare sizes, check compatibility with other lines, that kind of thing. But let's see how well 2 figures can fit on this. And the answer is pretty darn well. Look at that. Now, obviously, she's a little smaller, so if you had 2 males on this, it might not look quite as reasonable. Well, sorry, let me back up. It might not look quite as reasonable, but I think it'll work. And this, I mean, certainly works. I like it. I like that they designed it big enough for 2. Very nicely done. So there it is. That is the G.I. Joe Classified Series Ferret. It's fun. It's a good value. The figure that comes with it is a cool, unique figure. The only real complaint I have, well, there are 2. One, I wish this hatch opened. It just seems unreasonable that it doesn't. And I don't like the fake winch and tow hook. Other than that, really fun. The independent suspension is great to futz around with. Everything looks good. I like it. Well done. I can't wait to get the tiger paw and check that one out as well. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about the Needless Things YouTube channel. Until next time, buy what you like and Cobra. Not done. I got this guy, had him here for the whole review and totally forgot to bring him out. I just wanted to see if the blues matched, and they basically do. They basically do. It's close enough for my money. So there you go. Now we are done, and we'll say Cobra.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.